So what I'd like to do is just, you guys already gave your word, or a word, to Dwyler, who we unfortunately lost in that last mission. I have brought forth a new rookie in the ranks, another Canadian, which I guess some of you might be surprised, but at the same token, a lot of the people in Canada who want to make a stand would have gotten word by now that there's some sort of operation over here in Africa, so I believe that not only Cerseus but also Spy are two of those people who managed to get their way across the ocean to us. So this is Spy Uplink. He was here during the last invasion. Contrary to what people might remember, he was just a more subtle figure in the ranks of many big personalities and big guns. Real name classified. You know, I'm always about classification of information if that's what they prefer. Spy, as his friends like to call him, isn't necessarily the most tactful person on the planet, but he makes up for it with his wily attitude and strong-willed demeanor. He plays a mean game of poker, I added that, and an even meaner game of hunt the alien, as he'd say, wanting to drive the enemy out of his home, and namely out of Canada. So, you know, he's definitely wanting to be a figurehead for Canada, and is willing to do what it takes. He's not as apprehensive as Cerseus is in terms of fighting. So we have a lot of people who are hospitalized right now. Aqua in the worst shape. We're not going to see him for a bit less than a month. Others, like Destin, are only going to be down for the count for a couple days. So hopefully there's not another attack within the next week, or he might be in a really bad bind. So my focus right now is, once we finish with the plated armor, or once we actually finish with a couple projects such as the blue screen protocol.
I don't know where people are getting those damn Advent burgers, but if I find another wrapper stuffed under one of these command consoles, there's gonna be hell to pay.
Okay, here, let me put it this way. Once we get our next supply drop, I'll focus our efforts on the Black Site Vial, because honestly, a lot of what we want to do and a lot of what we need to do involves contacts, and we need to up our power if we want to make
New
more
orders,
contacts.
Commander? I've been digging through some of the old data files Central has been holding on to since before the war. I keep running across notes scrawled in English and what looks like broken German. I should probably ask him about it.
Just not right now. He's pissed off about Advent burgers. Alien alloys and Illyrium crystals.
Avenger plotting new course.
Well, we have some time to breathe. I'd like to get in contact with New India. Several people have gotten past their wounds. Cerseus has been trained as a grenadier, which is great. Alright, what are we looking at in terms of... Alright, so yeah, a few people, including Alice, are finally out of the hospital, so that's great. Cole still has a 3-week time span before he's out. Delta, 1.5. Shark and Destin, who went on the recent mission, only a few days. So I'm trying to measure out who we need on our side in terms of specializations, and I can tell you right now we definitely still need more grenadiers. So Spy, I'm sorry if you're not so much interested in handling a grenade launcher, but that's what I'm going to have you be doing, buddy. Our supply drop should be coming in a day, which is good.
Commander?
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. We have somebody who I believe can help in the research department back at Resistance HQ. Unfortunately, our monthly supply income has been cut into due to a dark event that we weren't able to afford. Aliens managed to cut down our supply line, but in turn, we managed to cut down their progress on the Avatar project, which we still have no idea what it is. But yeah, we've reduced the progress on that a lot. We've contacted a new region, investigated the black site, destroyed a facility, and we've done numerous ops. Like, we've never backed out of anything to this point, and I'm not about to start now. Ooh. The aliens step up their construction efforts, reducing the alien facility counter by 2 weeks. That could go out of hand pretty quick, yeah, I agree. I need to stop that. Minor breakthrough could be big. And our supply drop is ready to go. How much is it going to cost us to get in contact with West Africa? We can do that. New India, we can do that. All this costs about 30 intel. Which means that I can't reveal that last hidden event even if I want to, because I don't have enough information to really go around to spare. Ooh. Well, finished with our blue screen protocol. An EMP grenade. Pretty much self-explanatory, I think. And blue screen rounds. So if somebody has blue screen rounds on them and they hit a robotic enemy, that could do some serious hurt.
Interesting choice. I'll send word as soon as we're finished, Commander.
I would say I want to see what we can do with experimental armor. Something stronger, something that would let us handle a bit more firepower aimed at our direction. Not a bad thing to do. Plate armor is still going to be a while though, so why don't we work on researching the vial. Where are all our engineers at? Alright, one's in resistance comms, which I want. One's in power relay, which I want. One's in proving ground, which I want. Oh, building the new resistance comm room. Right. You know, it's getting really close to my birthday, I just realized. Yes, my birthday present would be for the aliens to get the fuck off our planet, please. That would be nice. If that tactic actually worked. I say this with a nice roll of my eyes.
Strategic resource located.
Got some alien alloys, some malarium crystals. We still have a supply drop, yes, I'm aware.
Avenger plotting new course.
Grab it while we can. There's been a lot of talk on the Avengers since we got Cersei as a spy here. A lot of flirting on one of their parts too, towards me, which is inappropriate, by the way. I won't point out which one of you two is doing it, but it's inappropriate. Not that I don't find it flattering.
Now operational.
Alright, so we got a resistance comm set up. We can make upwards up to 2 more contacts. I think the question is now, where do we put our engineer who does not have any work now? How long would this
This
take?
coil could provide us with some additional power for the Avenger systems, but we'll need to add some shielding first to protect the crew.
30 days. Oh my god. I would have to take off a lot of people. I would probably take off the person working at the proving grounds, but I don't want to do that until they actually get further with what I need with the experimental armor. Maybe in 5 days I'll start dealing with one of these power coils. But until then, this engineer will just have to wait.
Commander, that UFO contact has us locked in. We have to take evasive maneuvers.
Oh shit. UFO in close proximity to the Avenger, rapidly advancing towards our position. It's 1,100 miles away, going at 611 miles per hour. Holy fuck. Time to intercept, nearly 2 hours.
Setting course for Sector 7, Western Europe.
We're in the clear, Commander. No further sign of the pursuing UFO.
Oh,
Avenger plotting
good job.
new
Good
course.
job, Bradford. If that UFO caught us, that would have been bad. Things could have gone south really quick.
Avenger plotting new course.
As I wanted, let's go to the black market. Oh,
The market is open.
it's a good thing he has good experience with flying. Things could have gone really terrible. You know what? Take the vest. I haven't been utilizing it. No, actually, no. Fuck that. I know, very professional of me. Bear with me, though. I wanted to come here to sell some of our leftover salvage, and I
Commander,
think
we might have to do some cleaning, but we've still got room to grow here. We should consider building some new facilities.
I think that was a good call on my part, because now we have a good amount of supplies to work with. Doesn't seem like any dark events are getting in our way. Let's figure out what we're going to do next. So we're almost done researching the vial we got, which Kappa lost her life over, so we gotta see what we can get from it. Do I want to install a relay right now? Not especially. I want to make contact with one of these places. I feel like we can get contact to Australia over here, so New India. We're going to try and get in contact with you.
Setting course for the Indian Regional Zone.
I'm hoping that there's a path of intel or information that we can get to Australia from here.
Attempting to...
Still can't believe it's come to this.
What's
I
going
truly
on?
hope those gruesome images are the worst of what we find today.
They're slaughtering us, Doctor. What could be worse?
We're about to find out. I've patched the shadow chamber directly into the ship's computer. It's been sifting through the material we recovered non-stop since our return, cataloging sequences.
Genetic sequences in near infinite combinations, yet all bearing similar genetic markers. Human markers.
There must be thousands of them.
Tens of thousands, and the procedure is still nowhere near complete.
Which is why we need the ship's computer to find out where they came from, by cross-referencing them with the data we've managed to hack from the Advent network. It's an admission file from one of the gene therapy clinics.
Avatar.
We have to
Just
hit.
what exactly is in that vial?
We have to hit one of those clinics, don't we?
In my worst nightmares, I would never have imagined.
Doctor.
I believe we have found the missing civilians.
That's impossible.
The gene clinics. Millions of people just looking for help.
Medically screened and selected. Suitable candidates taken to that contemptible facility to be processed, refined into the material we now possess.
But why do this?
I could not begin to fathom a guess at this point. There exists no research that would ever warrant this.
It's genocide, Doctor. And these people are walking right into it. We may not know what they're doing with this stuff, but I think I can find out where it's going. Got it. It's a high-security production facility. Standard defensive complement.
Then I strongly suggest we pay them a visit, Commander.
Agreed. The information we gain could prove invaluable towards stopping the aliens' true agenda.
New objective added.
Investigate the facility. Recovered from the black site vial. They say it's a really heavily guarded facility. So what you're asking me to do could very well be a suicide mission. And given the fact that some of the more basic missions, and I say basic in a way that might seem a bit condescending to the people who lost their lives during these missions, those were missions that, you know, were just like alien attacks at random points, and we were triggering them. We're going actually to a place that they have taken as their own, and they're utilizing as a facility to push forward their own agenda. So it's going to be even worse than what we've encountered in the past few months. So if it's anything like the black site, I see a lot of
We're making
bad
progress,
things happening.
Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
I found that the single vial we recovered contains the unique human genomes of over 1 million subjects. 1 million people convinced to join the Advent cities out of desperation, been subjected to appalling experiments that eventually cost them their lives. Fuck, man. We still can't deal with the Codex data, so...
Hey, Commander.
Dear God. Alright. We need to get connected with one
Commander,
of these places.
we have the coordinates of the alien forge facility. I've marked its position on the map. We'll need to contact the local resistance before we can attempt to move in, though.
A heavy enemy presence at the site. No kidding. Well, the place we're at now, New India, should get us connected. Spy has finished training. You know what? I'll go back to the Resistance to see if we can hire on a new engineer after we can make contact here. If we can, that is. By reinforcing the nanoscale vest... I'm sorry, Shin, I'm really distracted by what you showed me. She says she can't blame me. Soldiers gain an additional health boost and are completely resistant to environmental hazards like fire, acid, or poison. Fascinating, I guess.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
Anything that we should focus on?
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project is complete.
Still want to focus on us getting better armor. Either way, we managed to get in contact with India. That's a good first step. step indeed.
We're reading you.
New regional contacts located.
We can get in contact with West Asia, which is where we need to go for the black site data coordinates. And I was right. Making contact with East Asia should lead us down to eventually get in contact with the region that we got from the black site data. No, the Codex brain. So we're making strides. I just don't know if fast enough.
Setting course for Sector 13, South Africa.
Welcome, Commander.
Got a new soldier awaiting orders? Spy? I guess Spy might be a little bit itchy to get out there. Delta's almost healed up. Aqua, a bit less than 2 weeks.
Our work is proceeding as expected, Commander.
What can I do for you, Commander?
Let's start getting this place ready. Alright, so before we move onwards, because I just got a word from Central that there's a new set of missions for us to look at. I want to show you guys that Brian the Wolf has finally nicknamed himself the Wolf ever since being promoted to Sergeant. He got himself some tattoos. These really nice standoutish tattoos that represent a wolf, Shadow Wolf. Which I think for him, his nickname and his demeanor, I think it fits. But he's gotten a bit more laid back now. He's a bit more relaxed with people. I see him talking all the time with like Alice, with Destin, with Kyle. And I think it's really good that he's socializing a lot more. And I think that's going to synchronize him with the rest of the team all that more. Which also makes it all the more stressful that nothing happens to them, or you know, the more people connect, the more people become hurt when something bad does happen, which is sad, but a very, very obvious fact of life. Besides Brian, Bagel, looking a lot more worse for wear. I think his psyche is dropping down tremendously because of Capo not being here anymore. He's let his facial hair grow out, which is surprising. He's always kept it well shaven. But you know, he's going to try and move on for Capo's sake. But most of all, he wants to just kick some alien ass, so who am I to get in the way of that? But what we found is that we have a set of guerrilla ops that we can look towards, and they're interesting. There's an item that we can recover from a resistance haven. We can get some intel, some information. I'm guessing this item is some sort of like, what is it called? An accompaniment of information on the aliens? I don't know, but what we do know is that there's a lot of heavy artillery on their side, including an unknown enemy, which could be our downfall if we're not careful. But we could also reduce the speed in which they create a facility, which, given what we got from our timeline, it's only going to prevent it from being built now. So I feel like 2 weeks, 0 weeks, there's not really much room to play, so to say. So I'm not even looking at that dark event. Then we have the operation in East Africa. We have to hack a workstation on a train, and we can get a scientist on our side, which I think is important. Also stop a dark event that we have no intel on. And then protecting a device, we can get an enormous amount of supplies, and also stop a minor bit of progress on the Avatar project. Again, there's an unknown enemy. There's unknown enemies, I think, on all sides. I kind of want to go for this op in East Africa because Getting additional scientists will allow us to do the research necessary to decrypt the information. The other thing I would have looked at is the one where we can stop progress on the Avatar project. Any slowing down of that would be awesome. But that's not really a choice. So I guess we're going to go to East Africa and see if we can get Dr. Hai Jin Kwan on our side.
Setting course for East Africa.
And of course we have to decide who's going to go on this mission to begin with. It's on a train, so I have to assume that, like the last mission that involved a train, it's going to involve the outdoors a lot. It's going to involve a lot of elevated platforms and buildings on either side, which it's not good to assume, but we have to go off of something, right? So right away, I want to get one of our best specialists on the case here, which Time, I think we need to get him unshaken, so to say. He's still feeling the aftermath of a lot of prior missions, so I think this could be good for him. I'm also going to upgrade his weapon with a repeater. And here you go. We're just adding a little bit. I know it seems trivial, but having these little tidbits of decal can actually lift up somebody's morale and spirit. So as the specialist, I'm going to actually entrust him, even though Time is going to be the leader. He's going to be a bit more supporty with a medkit. He also has enough room on his suit to add 2 more extra medkits. So Time is going to be the ideal support, but he's also going to be the ideal leader because he has that charisma to help get people through. Brian Wolfblade is going to be coming. I think he has a lot of admiration for Time and Destin, you know, people who've been here longer. And he told me how eager he was to work with some of these individuals who I've known for most of my life. And he's just like, you know what? I think I can work with these guys. I think we can really work together as a great team. So I'm going to give him the shotgun, or the shard gun, if you want to say. And some tracer rounds. I think having a sharpshooter would be key here, and I almost want to call Destin in, but I think Destin needs a little bit of a reprieve. And he also suggests to give the other sharpshooters a chance to hone their skills. So Astral, you're going to be coming. Astral hasn't seen a single mission up to this point, so she's nervous. She's so nervous enough that she gave me a hug before the mission. It was just like, wow. But I have faith in her, just like I do everybody else. I keep saying this, but it's true, and I feel like people need to remember that it's true. I'm giving her the venom rounds so she does a little bit more, or packs a little bit more punch. Najee, you're going to be coming along. You're the brute force. You're the muscle. He's going to get the gas grenades and frag grenades. No, flashbang. I'll put Xavier on this mission as well. Having another sharpshooter on an outdoors operation sounds like a good plan to me. I don't know what you guys think, but... give him a smoke grenade to cover people when necessary. And spies are going to come on this mission as well. You know, you can rip that disguise off, Spy. He didn't want to show off his locks or something, I don't know. He can be kind of confusing sometimes. Like, I don't know why he was changing up his appearance so suddenly. But he has no necessity to do that. Alright, saved his dossier. Every other grenade is taken. Sorry, Spy. We'll give him the hazmat vest, though. Alright, so we have Time, who's leading the pack. Wolfblade, who is kind of the second in command of this team. Naji's the brute muscle. Astral is kind of the dark horse in the group. Xavier, prior hero, at least in my head he is. You know, he was basically manning most of the missions that involved attacking an alien site or an alien ship. I don't know why, but every time I say the word hero and Xavier in the same sentence, it hurts my head. And it hurts everybody else's head too when they think about it. It's like there's something that happened that we don't recall. And of course we have Spy, who wants to represent Canada in its finest, so I think we are ready to go. Yes, we are.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
Advent has been operating mobile survey teams from some of their trains in this region, and we've located an unprotected terminal connected to their network nearby. The data we're after is critical to the aliens' latest operation, and this is our chance to stop their progress. We'll need to move in and secure the site, remove any hostile threats, and gain control of the access point to recover the data.
Recover the psionic tracking data from Advent Workstation. Got it. We're on the outskirts of Cairo here.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. The access point we're after is just ahead. Move to secure the area. Expect hostile resistance.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have to get our footing on this building, I think. Need to take advantage of anything we can get in terms of elevation. Alright, let's go.